At the beginning of our movie, the planet Earth was infected with a deadly virus, and it began to ravage most of our ecosystems. Intake food infected with the virus causes severe reaction diseases. And also the loss of planets has slashed the quantity of oxygen within the atmosphere to 10%. That has multiplied the amount of natural disasters everywhere in the world. The world's leading analysis laboratories are unsuccessful in developing a cure, and forecasts are convincing to support the planet is doomed. The only hope left is Project Gemini, developed by Dr. Stephen, around two ancient alien aircrafts discovered by paleontologists who are positive the objects are 4 billion years old. Before there was any kind of life on Earth, Stephen's team has recreated these super tough materials that the sphere and the engine are fabricated from and have created copies. And this engine has allowed them to make a ship that flew and located on an acceptable planet. The sphere is for making life and works due to dozens of commas that the team has finally finished decoding. Stephen includes a partner known as Amy, who doesn't wish him to persist in this mission. Victimization the align engine technology. The ship opens a wrap portal that permits them to leap across the universe. But as shortly as they created to the opposite side, the systems indicate associated degree error. They haven't found this. Stephen blames Peter, claiming he created a slip-up once he entered the coordinates, so he is easy for his duties for now. Moments later, whereas Stephen rests, he kept wondering Amy, however, additionally about the initial time he activated the sphere that allowed him to envision some weird robot type that quickly disappeared. Stephen asked the team to attempt to set the jump mechanical phenomenon to figure out wherever they are. However, it is not possible to try to as a result of fall. In the meantime, Peter takes Earth protection cameras. Therefore, he will examine the sphere alone. They suddenly see a frozen Peter floating outside. Dr. David thinks Peter ended things as a result of he couldn't stick out his mistake. However, Dr. Yuna refuses to believe it because she has filmed Peter for 8 years. Stephen scolds her for crying over the guy that has doomed humanity and orders her to require over Peter's duties from currently on. Cross-fabricated from volcanic rock. It doesn't have oxygen, but the surface isn't aggressive, which means they would only want respiration masks. The team can go down on a shuttle, whereas Officer Richard stays on the mothership. And because of the shuttle hits the ground, the crew passes out, and Steven dreams of the time he precious Amy a bracelet, created with a specific part of the previous sphere, making an attempt to attach the two most significant things to him. Moments later, the crew wakes up and at once gets back to work. The shuttle hasn't received crucial damage. However, the foil is low and they are stuck here. Stephen doesn't see the matter with this as a result of they came to remain for 4 years. And even if they didn't land on the spot they wanted, he is positive they will use one in all the large caves as a dome for the sphere to be launched in. In the meantime, within the hidden corridors of the shuttle, where the matter drops off the walls within the mothership, Richard will review the opposite rooms and find this go likewise along with the missing camera. Once most are properly suited up, the crew takes the sphere to the closest cave and activates it successfully. Then they come back to the shuttle to collect data. However, Ryan interrupted their work to announce low an impact within the station. To explain his decision, he shared them files Richard sent him, whereas the doctors were working. It's a video of Peter recording himself while he inspects the sphere, so he can't be defendant of mistakes later. Camera will capture the form of the creature. However, Richard explains he has checked all the footage, which Alien has been with them since they left Earth as a result of it traveled within the sphere like the Trojan horse. It probably caused the failure throughout the jump, but it isn't on the mothership anymore. It has gone right down to the Earth within the shuttle. Suddenly interrupted by David, who is noticing one thing weird on the system. The sphere is running a special program than the one they uploaded. Ryan reveals Richard additionally found footage of Steven, seeing that weird form back on Earth months ago. Therefore, he knows there was a potential for a threat, and nonetheless he told nobody, which means Peter's death is his fault. Steven rushes out of the area, whereas wondering all the work he and David place into this project. Moments later, Steven meets with David's associate degree, asks him to slip away with him throughout the air, look to visualize on the sphere. However, Steven changes his mind by reminding him of his daughter, and also the way forward for the planet. As shortly as they created to the cave, they notice the sphere is making an alien body weaker than it created life on Earth, as a result of somebody readjusted the settings. At that moment, David notices on their measuring system that the alien is obtaining closer. Therefore, he fires a warning shot to undertake to form Steven move. Steven responds by removing his own weapon. However, before things will get ugly, they notice the alien already getting into the cave. Once Steven grabs a chunk of the sphere to require with him, each men begin running away. Noticing the creature obtaining nearer as a result of its shadows and also the noises it makes. They finally get a full read of it. Once they leave the cave, however, before the creature will attack them, they manage to edge back to the shuttle and shut the airlock. Calls Steven out for risking their lives, but Steven reminds him the sphere is additional vital, and next time he won't hesitate to shoot. Suddenly, the PC raises associate degree alarm to let the crew grasp the module integrity has been compromised. Leona leaves her area to visualize the difficulty and finds tons of matter within the corridors. It's Frank who informs her the alien has created a hole in the low deck. During a flash, the lights quit and a weird noise is detected coming back from behind the planet units. This suggests that the alien is here, so Frank pushes Leona out of the room, and as she runs down the corridor, she hears Frank screams whereas the alien kills him. Leona meets with the remainder of the team in the room and tells them what happened, prompting Ryan to scream at Steven for delivering the alien back within him. The creature entered by creating a hole within the hull. It additionally has broken the generator, and also the camera aren't working, so they have lost contact with Richard, and that they don't have visuals on the remainder of the ship. Only solution is to travel to the backup generator and reconnect everything. That is very troublesome to drag off if they can't track the creature, prompting Steven to volunteer to travel since it is his fault. Together with his weapon out, Steven makes his thanks to the generator and manages to bring back the communication system. He will track the alien currently and warns Steven that it is close to him. However, as shortly as Steven tries to leave, he begins hearing those noises. Ryan thinks quick and drags him back to the room by employing a metal rope. Then, the team makes an inspiration along to smoke the alien out of the ship. Whereas Steven waits outside to play bait, Luna opens the airlock followed by the science lab door, dashing to cover in another area because the alien comes out. The creature quickly begins creating its means through the airlocks. However, once Richard tries to show on the engine to burn it out, he can't, as a result of the alien is with the signal. The alien comes out and Richard regains access to the engine. Steven and Luna run back with it because the creature is hit by the fire. However, this isn't enough to kill it. The alien's tentacle hurts David's arm right as they shut the door, going away the creature limp inside, whereas the beast returns to the cave. Moments later, Steven warns Amy again. She had tried to persuade him not to leave by explaining she was working on a vaccine. She was pregnant. Nonetheless, this was still enough to make Steven keep. Of saving Earth was more important than his personal life. Steven goes to the science lab to urge his wound band, and Steven brings his tentacle to study it. He discovers the creature could be a biorobot made of a similar material because the sphere. That suggests that the sphere goal has forever been to form this beast. Steven tells David that the tentacle has infected him with a microorganism with a really powerful defense mechanism, which means his blood currently holds the key to creating an immunizing agent to save Earth. As shortly as Steven makes a cut on the tentacle, the lights go crazy, and he remembers the image he saw back on Earth. Steven decides they have to kill the alien and restore the sphere settings. However, Ryan locks him up within the science lab and tells him he is arrested for throwing everyone's life at risk. He points out lives are expendable to Steven, and David agrees. Vocal language, Steven only desires to play hero, and he cared concerning humanity. This makes Steven bear in mind her last argument with Amy, who defended him of getting a silver advanced before throwing her bracelet away. Steven continues to do his analysis within the science lab and gets a theory that Richard confirms once he checks the travel logs. They didn't jump through space, they jumped through time. They are still in Earth, however 4 billion years in the past before life existed. Steven gets excited once he realizes the sphere fragment he grabbed earlier is that the same one he uses within the future to form Amy's bracelet. Therefore, he issued to write a message to show Amy the way to activate the sphere they left behind. In the meantime, in the present, Amy shows up at Steven's science lab while making an attempt to take care of the new speaking language. The team unsuccessful in their mission. Steven asks Richard to reopen the airlock, therefore he can get out, and as shortly as he finds Ryan with the bombs, he begins explaining they will create a more robust setup than this. David supports the alien has chosen him to assist it make things right. As a result of humans are created from the sphere. Steven throws Leona's Rubik Cube at the wall to distract David and lands an effort on him, prompting David to run away wounded. Then, Stephen activates the bomb before going outside to shoot a flare to get the Alliance attention. Stephen makes it chase him to the room and locks it up there. However, as he runs down the corridor, David opens the fireplace on him and pushes him into hiding. At that moment, the Alliance breaks down the door and approaches Stephen, who manages to edge it off him with a fast shot. The Alliance chases Stephen as he begins to run away, and once he makes it back to the management room, he bumps into David, who tries to kill him. His actions are stopped by the Alliance manifestation and killing him first, giving Stephen the prospect to run out of the shuttle right before the bomb finally explodes and kill the beast. However, the storm is just too robust, and Stephen tells him to keep back, whereas he returns to the cave to use the sphere. Amy finds her bracelet once more and eventually notices the message, so she uses it to activate the sphere as well. At that moment, husband and partner meet once more, and Stephen hurries to share the formula for the immunizing agent before expressing his love right because the affiliation ends. Stephen dies within the cave, owing to the dearth of oxygen, and Amy cries once she understands she is a widow currently. Several months later, Amy is raising a very healthy baby thanks to the vaccine that is now serving to the planet to become a more better place. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.